In order to arrive at health and well-being in architecture, we find that you have to manage the acoustics. The WHO will share reports about how stress is induced by noise and by background sound, and that ultimately people relax when they're in environments that mimic the natural world or the places that they would be most comfortable. To consider healthy architecture and not consider sound as part of that picture would be leaving out one of our primary senses that is needed in order to make us feel comfortable and allow us to perform at our very best. It is so easy to experience bad acoustics in our world today that most commutes are filled with distractions and noise in a way that causes us to put on the headphones and try to protect ourselves from that surrounding that we find ourselves in every day. And so to the degree that we can bring design to help reduce those experiences even on our daily commutes would be a benefit to society. So acoustics is the study of sound and how sound travels both in spaces and between spaces and through structures even. So it involves all aspects of those things that we end up hearing. Healthy architecture to me is really about living into the idea of architecture as shelter, that we can create spaces that are comfortable, that make us feel safe from our surroundings. In order to balance function and aesthetic appeal, ultimately the goal has to be that the function has to reign supreme, that if the room doesn't work for its purpose, then the aesthetic is wasted, and especially if the aesthetic is in competition with the function. At the Thorne Auditorium, it was a renovation project that we'd recently completed, and ultimately it was about getting the architecture out of the way. The room was a fan-shaped room with a ceiling that provided as much distraction to the sound from the stage as it did support. So ultimately we used absorptive treatments in order to get the sound from loudspeakers efficiently to users without echoes and distraction. Acoustics as part of healthy architecture is really fundamental for us, that it is one of our primary senses that we use to navigate the world.